Hello, my name is Dirk Mandel, and today I want to talk to you guys about feminism. I know this won't be the first video that I'll do about this topic, but somebody wanted to know my take on feminism. Um, so, I was born in the 70s. I was born in 1973. Um, in the 60s, I know that's when the feminist boom really started with Gloria Steinem and Angela Davis. I didn't really get into reading books about feminism or anything to that nature until I'd say probably towards the late 90s, to tell you the truth. Um, I found this book called Cunt, and it was a total feminist book, I felt like. And it had some things in there that were very helpful for women, things that aren't talked about, natural forms of birth control, just healthy things that women can do to celebrate that they are a woman and to appreciate and learn more about their body. So that's when I really started reading more feminist type of literature. I didn't get into reading like Gloria Steinem and Angela Davis stuff and all that kind of stuff, all the well-known feminists out there. I didn't go there. I just, that's what I read as far as feminism goes. What do I think about it? I think I don't know, it's a title, it's another label. Do I consider myself a feminist? I don't like to give myself that label because that word has just been polluted, really. So, I mean, I can't really give myself that label. And a lot of the feminist movement was very deceitful. I found out some information about Gloria Steinem, which I can share in another video, but basically talking about how she worked with the CIA, and I don't think the CIA was in favor of women's rights or African Americans' rights or anything like that to that nature. So that seems pretty devious to me. Um, and I just want to talk about the feminism that exists right now. It seems like it's crazy amount of wanting to have women over dominate men when I feel like it should be equal. I don't feel like it should be one's better than the other. I don't feel like you should try to fit women into what used to be men roles. Like some of these comics, they'll remake a comic, make a movie out of the comic, but instead of the main character being a male, they change a female. I mean, like a female Thor or something like that. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. That doesn't make up for anything. It doesn't, bring back any justice to women by doing that. I think that's just stupid. Um, yeah, don't get me started on the Me Too movement either. I don't label myself as a feminist at all. I don't. Because I've been around people that consider themselves feminists in the past, and I'm not saying this of all people who label themselves as feminists, but a lot of them just seem just really angry all the time. Really angry all the time. And the people that said that they're feminists that I've met were white women, and they felt like they have a lot to complain about. And I felt like I didn't think they had a lot to complain about because they're not walking around with brown skin and coarsely, tightly coiled hair and being discriminated every day of their life for that, just for what you look like. A white woman can walk out of their house and not have to worry about much of anything, as opposed to a black woman. I've never seen feminism do anything positive for the black woman. I haven't. All it did is make us want to be like the white hippie, the white female hippie, instead of being who we are. I feel like, looking up to somebody else, looking up to Gloria Steinem, and looking at her and saying that's what I want to be. You don't even know anything about this lady. This lady's got a pretty shady past that a lot of people won't dive into because it's just not PC to do that kind of stuff. To really dig down and get the truth about what these so-called heroes are all about. We build up these people in our minds and we make them into heroes, and then when we find out they're not what we thought they were, like for instance Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying? Then what do? I'm not into labeling myself like that, calling myself a feminist and all that. A lot of the feminism, modern feminism, I've noticed is women are just like want to bash men, and I don't think that's right. And it's like a lot of the feminist movement now I've noticed is anti-children, anti-moms. I'm a mom, so I take offense to that. you know, how the heck else do you think you got into this world? You had to have a mama to bring you through the womb to get into this world. So, I mean, it just seems like BS right now, the whole feminist movement. It seems fake and phony, just like a lot of shit right now that's happening. A lot of the PC stuff that's occurring right now is just people like, some people are just doing it just for attention, really, I think, to tell you the truth. I think the best way to honor the female inside of you is to honor every aspect that happens to you that has to do with being female, like your moon time, how we bleed, even the process of menopause, being able to appreciate that instead of complaining about it and saying that men just don't know what's up. I have it hard. You know what I mean? Of course they're not. They're not going to have menopause. They're not. They're men. So they're not. You need to honor the strength and power of being feminine, of what that means to be a woman in this world, instead of being bitter towards the opposite sex. That's what I feel like. And I feel like that's what has happened with feminism. It was just trying to create another conflict, another battle. Like first you have the black and white battle against black and white, then you have the battle against female and male. That's just to separate people and to distract them from their true gifts in this world, on this planet. I feel genuinely that we weren't here to like battle and say, "Oh, I'm stronger than you," or "I got to be as strong as a man. I can work, and I could do that." I'm not going to be like my mom who had all these kids and never. I mean, maybe your mom was happy when she had all those kids. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't. But here's the thing: feminism has done nothing for the black woman. Nothing. Nothing. And that's after like living on this planet for how many years? Like 43 years now. I'll be 44 next month. But feminism has done nothing for me. I hung out with a bunch of people that call themselves feminists. I've said this before, and it's just their way of looking at the world is not the way I look at the world. And people will argue with me and say, "Oh, well, not every feminist is the same." Well, I'm just going based on my own personal experience, and that's all I can really do. And I've met a lot of people that call themselves feminists. I've met a few that were cool, but they were really so rigid in the fact that men are the enemy type of feeling, and that we have to be stronger than men, and think that a lot of this anger and rage is based on a lot of women who have been abused and mistreated by men in their life, whether it's a father figure or a brother, cousin, whatever, friend. Um, they've been abused and misused by men, and then certain men, and then they just lump all men all together in one category. It's the same as you know meeting one black person and thinking that all black people are the same way. So I really don't get into the whole feminism thing, and I think you just have to embrace your female self, how you're born, and just feel it and know that that's you, a part of you, and to nurture it and to appreciate when you do have your moon time and you're bleeding. Know that you're really powerful and you need to slow down, take some time out, have a bath or something. So yeah, that's my basic take on feminism. I'm not really like getting into the whole Me Too or stuff and all that kind of stuff because it just seems artificial. It seems so Hollywood, and look at what Hollywood can do now to relate to us. What we can do to let you know that we understand you and we have your back. I mean, this is just fake and artificial bullshit. It is really, and I feel like it always has been. So, I mean, I've read some feminist books. I really do like Diane Stein. I I did like some of Alice Walker, but the more that I read about her stuff and read about her, my opinion has changed about her through the years. Definitely. I really like Toni Morrison. She really celebrates the woman, I feel, in her books. I have like a compilation, like a whole set of Toni Morrison's books, and Beloved is one of my favorites in there. Um, yeah, I've met so many different people that consider themselves feminists. Uh, I met so many people that never called themselves feminists, but if I wanted to define something as being feminist, I'd probably say, okay, that person is, because they honor their femaleness. They don't feel like they have to compete with males. They're comfortable in who they are, you know, in what they can do, you know. I don't feel like women should feel the fact that they have to be, as strong as a man physically. I think that's ridiculous sometimes in a lot of regards. Unless you're just a really strong woman, but if you're not, it makes no sense. Like these Hollywood movies, superhero movies they have out, or the Star Wars movie where they have this little tiny, skinny woman fighting up this huge, gigantic thing, whatever. A lot of these movies are doing that. These really scrawny looking women, and they're, battling it out with evil. I have met a lot of feminists that totally feel that men are evil, and that they can do nothing but bring you ruin and heartache and devastation, and the list goes on. And it's because these women have been badly abused and misused by these men, and that's sad. I've had like some abusive things happen to me, and I can't blame it on one sex, the whole entire population of these people. I can't do that, because not everybody is going to do that. Just because someone is a man doesn't mean they're going to be just like that other man that abused you or took advantage of you. It's very much a mind control type of vibe, where you feel like you have to be like, oh yeah, so and so went through that just like me, so I should feel like that too about men. And I've never felt like that about men. I haven't. I've never felt angry about them. I've never felt like, I wish I could be as strong as them, or I wish that, anyway. I think guys know what I'm getting at. It just is like ridiculous to try to always separate the genders in that way. Trying to feel like you're more empowered by disempowering somebody. I've noticed that with the humiliation of males in television and in movies. That's been going on severely, and it's stupid. It's always going to be something new that Hollywood is going to try to convince you that this is reality. This is how people are supposed to act. And this is what such and such, like, this is what feminism looks like. And so then everybody mock it. And then you look at the news, and it's like the Me Too stuff was all over the place. And then there's all this, people are just falling into what they see on a television screen or a cell phone monitor, whatever. It's gotten out of control. It really has. We need to like share these energies, both male and female, not like feel like one's more dominant than the other, feel like I have to get, some sort of compensation for being female. And there's been a lot of there's been a lot of false things brought up in the workplace too, with women. I mean, I wasn't in a situation, but there's a situation that I knew about with somebody I knew who was almost getting involved in some sort of, well, because supposedly a person was there, they thought, oh, you can get involved in this sexual harassment thing, case or whatever, and tried to start something up there. I'm not saying all women do that. I'm just saying there are a lot of women out there that will do that just because they don't like men. they'll just make some shit up to start some drama. And I think that's very unhealthy. Seriously unhealthy, because in those kind of cases, someone could lose their job, and then it could be the money that they need to help support their family. So, yeah, I've seen some shit like that go down, and it's ridiculous in the workplace. Um, because it's like co-ed, you got males and females around each other all the time. So there's bound to be something like that happening. And yeah, I just think there's so much male bashing going on lately. I think there always has been. You know, I noticed it more when I hung out with people who consider themselves feminists. It was just like, you're going to spend your time bashing this gender, you know. Some of them even had children that were male, and they're bashing the male gender. That's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy for the future generation of males, you know, that are growing up on this planet. Um, I don't call myself a feminist at all. I'm just somebody who really embraces who I am more and more every day, who I am naturally, what I can do, what I can't do right away. But I don't want to like put myself into that kind of category, especially nowadays, modern day feminism. It's kind of ridiculous, and you can see it really with the comedy. Like the female comedians, they feel like they have to be twice as gross as the male comedians, so they really go way too far. And a lot of these women will do really inappropriate baby jokes about babies or mothers, and because for whatever reason they decide not to have kids, or they can't have kids, whatever. But then it seems like they're like bitter when they do these skits on stage. I could get in further telling you about specific comedians, female comedians, but they just seem like bitter or something like that. And it has nothing to do with men, the men in their life. It just has to do with them being bitter for whatever reason. It's probably some psychological reason based in their childhood traumas that they never healed from. That's what a lot of these comedians are. That's why the comedians, they have to joke about all these traumas and shit that happen in their life in order to get through day to day. And the women, they just go way far and beyond. The, you know, men already do. But there's some male comedians that don't even go that far as some of these females that have done it. It's disgusting, some of it. I don't enjoy watching shit like that. You don't have to be that gross in order to be funny. I mean, where's your sense of intellect somewhat within comedy? You know, I'm really demanding when it comes to that type of thing. And if I'm going to spend my time watching something, I want it to be of quality. I don't want it to be of just berating other people like that population of people. I mean, there seems to be a lot of hate towards moms within the modern day feminist movement, especially moms that are married to men, which I am. And I notice that there's like this weirdness about that. The only thing that probably makes me feel more cool in the feminist movement, them looking at me, is because I'm married to a white man. So that's like alternative. But other than that, I just feel like there's so much anger there. You know, and a lot of the feminists that I met weren't black women. A lot of them were white women, and they were so angry. And a lot of the white women feminists that I met, they were trying to relate to me as a black woman. It's almost if they want to be a black woman, they want to feel that discrimination. You know, they want to feel that isolation and that, you know, feeling like that one person. That it's really sad, and it's crazy to me. And I've come across that more than once, more than twice, more than whatever. I mean, it's insane. And whatever, you know, you can only be what you are, and that's all there is to it. And the whole feminist thing is it's just kind of BS to me. If you don't agree, that's alright. You don't have to agree. I don't make these videos for people to agree with me, mainly. Someone asked me what my take on it was, and that's my take on it. And it will be like that forever, really, because I can't call myself something like that label on me, you know. enough labels, enough out there in the world. I've got a name as it is, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today out here in the windiness of sunny California. I hope this is something that inspires people to just be who they are and accept who they are. If you're female, accept your femaleness and everything that goes along with that, and learn more about what it is to be a female, and know that you don't have to like look up to all these people that whoever your mom or your aunt told you have to look up to. You just have to tap into yourself, really, and who you're all about. And all these movements really don't mean much in the grand scheme of things if you think about it. They really don't. You know, because what? Black people are still struggling to be appreciated and loved for who they are naturally. Go down the street with my hair like this, I'm still discriminated against. So, has that helped any? No, it hasn't helped me a damn bit. Alrighty, guys, let's love each other, male or female, and let's not like get into some crazy ass war, gender war or some weird shit like that. Alright, thanks for subscribing to my channel, thanks for the likes and shares, and thank you for your kind comments. You can leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about today's show. And that's my take on feminism in a nutshell. If you like, you can donate to this channel $1 or more to my PayPal at kdaddytmama@comcast.net, and that money goes towards getting a new camera and saving up to buy land so I can grow some wonderful plants and build some homes on there. Tree homes, yurts, maybe geodesic homes. So that's what my goal is with that PayPal. So if you want to donate $1 or more to that, you can. You don't have to. Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining me. I have all the links in the description below of all the other things, like where to find me on the internet and all those great wonderful things. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Today's Friday, so you have a wonderful Friday. And yeah, don't get so hung up on these labels, really, for real. All these labels were created to pretty much separate us, especially the feminist, type of thing. Sometimes it gets out of control, where it gets to where it's just man-hating, and I don't like that. And I've experienced being around people that are like that, and that energy is very toxic. So, appreciate everyone, male or female. That's my final thought. Alrighty, guys. Brightest blessings to y'all, and I will see you soon.